Before there were three, Angel and Dante, the prequel to Out of Focus. Written by L.A. Witt. Narrated by Nick J. Russo. Part 1. Jordan. Chapter 1. Just think. Angel flopped down in his seat in the middle of our row in business class. We get to do this all over again on the way back. Fuck, Angel. Dante groaned as he settled into his own seat on the end. Don't put that evil on us. I stashed Dante's bag in the overhead compartment next to Angel's, and as I picked up my own, I said, It isn't over yet today. We still have to go through customs. Exhaling hard, Dante pinched the bridge of his nose. You two are just bright fucking rays of sunshine, aren't you? I laughed half-heartedly and closed the overhead bin. As I took my own seat to Angel's left, I said, Hey, at least we didn't miss our flight. He shot me a tired glare. That's setting a high bar. It won't be that bad. I paused to buckle my seatbelt and grinned. Besides, once we get there and we've all had a chance to sleep this off, I'm pretty sure I can unfuck your mood. Dante eyed me, and for a second I thought he might be too annoyed to be placated by the promise of sex at the other end of this long flight. Slowly, though, he returned the grin. Okay, that's worth standing in line for customs. He paused, then pointed emphatically at Angel. You do not have anything to declare. Angel put up his hands. I didn't say a word. No, but I know you, and I'm pretty sure declaring I'm about to jam my dick down this guy's throat, he gestured to me, isn't exactly below you. I snickered. When Angel glared at me, I mirrored his innocent hands-up gesture. Hey, he said it, not me. Uh-huh, but you'll get punished for laughing. Damn it. Dante actually laughed, even if it was a bit half-hearted. Chuckling, Angel reached across the wide armrest between their seats to squeeze Dante's thigh. Dante put his hand over Angel's, and they exchanged tired smiles. Dante was obviously still not his usual self, though the snarky, if tired banter with Angel was encouraging. I doubted he'd be back to 100% until we'd made it across the ocean, through to London, through Heathrow Airport, past customs, and into our hotel. Probably not until he'd showered, napped, and then thoroughly fucked either my face or my ass. Honestly, I didn't blame him for being pissy. Literally, the only reason we'd made our flight at all was Angel's obsessive need to be at the airport painfully early. He was too anxious otherwise, though I had to admit he was better than he used to be. He'd been getting some help, and in the last couple of years, taking some meds to get a handle on his previously untreated anxiety and mild OCD, but there were some things that even pills and therapy couldn't touch. During his younger years, when he'd had to travel constantly for work, a couple of missed flights had done disastrous things to his itinerary, and to this day, if there was one thing Angel couldn't cope with, it was a botched schedule. So, in the name of keeping Angel's stress bearable, Dante and I were always happy to arrive at the airport long before we needed to. Today, thanks to nightmarishly long lines in security, and Dante having to go aside for a private security check because something had caught a TSA dog's attention, we'd made the flight by the skin of our teeth. All because a couple of cat treats had wound up in Dante's bag, and apparently the dog had been hungry. Dante's obvious nerves around a large dog, especially a large dog that was suddenly very interested in him, hadn't helped ease anyone's suspicions. Awesome. We'd all been looking forward to this vacation for months, and now Angel's anxiety was cranked to 11, Dante was still pissed off, and I was exhausted. We were calmer now than we'd been before boarding, and Dante would probably sleep some of it off in the air, but I suspected we'd all be some degree of miserable for at least the next several hours. Hopefully showering, sleeping, and fucking would turn us all around. No pressure or anything. Especially not for the submissive who wanted to make sure both his doms were happy and satisfied. Even now, I really wanted to do something to help both of them. Not necessarily sex, just something that would get us all out of our respective funks.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?